Hi, I'm Kenzie. Welcome back to my podcast. If you are just joining, welcome. Today we will be talking about my 25th Blue's Clues VHS, Blue Takes You to School. This VHS includes Blue Takes You to School and numbers everywhere. First, let's talk about Blue Takes You to School. This episode starts out with Periwinkle trying to find his lunchbox for his first day of school. The viewer helps him find it. Good thing they did. After all, Periwinkle would have been hungry if he didn't have his lunchbox. He goes inside and Joe enters the scene. They went to see Blue, who was just finishing eating breakfast. Mr. Salt put Blue's lunchbox in her backpack. Periwinkle noticed that Blue was bringing a book. Periwinkle loved reading because that was his favorite thing to do. Then he and Joe asked what Blue's favorite part of school is. That's when Blue wanted to play Blue's Clues. But first Joe got rid of the popper by scooting it away. And so the game Blue's Clues has begun. Periwinkle was ready, but a little nervous too. He asked if the viewer was coming with him. Definitely. Then the viewer spotted the first clue, which is a rug. After the first clue was found, Joe, Blue, and Periwinkle went to school. They went inside. Miss Marigold was the teacher. Then Blue showed Periwinkle where to put his lunchbox, in his very own cubby. After putting his lunchbox in his cubby, he followed Miss Marigold to the rug for circle time. Everyone played the name game. The way that works is you say your name and your favorite color. Blue's favorite color was blue, Orange Kitten's favorite color was pink, Purple Kangaroo's favorite color was purple, Green Puppy's favorite color was brown, Magenta's favorite color was yellow, and Periwinkle's favorite color was red. Then everyone played the learning box. The way that works is you pick something from the box and we look all around the room that matches that item or shape or color. Periwinkle picked the color chartreuse. The chair was chartreuse. Then it was Blue's turn. She picked a pentagon. The calendar was shaped like a pentagon. Then Miss Marigold showed everyone the schedule. This morning they did circle time. Later they get to go outside. Then they can paint. Then it would be lunch time. Then she pulled out a chore chart for everyone to do. Purple Kangaroo gets to be the line leader. Periwinkle's job was to feed the rabbit. He asked Miss Marigold when he would do that. Right after circle time. So Periwinkle went to feed the bunny rabbit, Giggles. He fed her 3 cups of food. Joe entered the scene to see what Periwinkle was doing. Orange Kitten entered the scene to give Periwinkle a picture. He went to hang it up. That's when the viewer spotted the second clue, which is Periwinkle's picture of his friends. After the second clue was found, Joe went to see Periwinkle and Giggles again. He told Periwinkle that he had to go to the library and pick out a book. Periwinkle wanted Joe to stay, but Joe had to go. He assured Periwinkle he wouldn't be far and he would come back. So Joe leaves, and at that point it was time to go outside. Periwinkle loved to play outside. Everyone lined up. Purple Kangaroo and Periwinkle fight over who was first in line. Periwinkle wanted to be first, but Purple Kangaroo was the line leader. Miss Marigold had a suggestion of Periwinkle go first another day. Instead, Periwinkle goes to the end of the line. The caboose, I might say he was. And so everyone went outside. Everyone had a great time outside. Periwinkle was having fun playing in the splash table, but Orange Kitten and Green Puppy weren't because Periwinkle was getting them all wet. Then Orange Kitten told Periwinkle that he could be the helicopter. Then it was painting time, but Periwinkle wanted to build. Miss Marigold told him he could build tomorrow when he comes in. And so Blue and Periwinkle were painting when Joe came back. He thought the paintings were great. Then it was lunchtime. Everyone washed their hands, dried them, and ate their lunch. Orange Kitten was done. Miss Marigold told her she could read until it was time to go. Then Joe said it was time to go home, but Periwinkle didn't want to go home. He liked school. Then he suggested that they can go home and play school. Joe thought that was a great idea. After saying goodbye, Baby Bird asked Periwinkle how school was. Then Baby Bird found a circle. That's when the viewer spotted the third clue, which is a circle. That's also when Joe realized we had all 3 clues to figure out what Blue's favorite part of school is, and it was time to sit in the thinking chair. It was time to think. We were trying to figure out what Blue's favorite part of school is, and our clues were a rug, friends, and a circle. The viewers guessed correctly that Blue's favorite part of school is circle time. At that point, Joe realized we just figured out Blue's clues. After the celebratory song, Joe went to play circle time with Blue and Periwinkle. Teacher Periwinkle got out the learning box. Boris picked out the number 5. It was on the chalkboard. After a fun day at school, it was time to say so long, but sing just one more song. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like kids can learn a lot if they want to learn about school. School is cool. Everyone has to go there. Do you go to school? College even? Let me know if you want. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about numbers everywhere. This episode starts out with Joe holding the number 1 because 1 is his favorite number. Then we see Tickety Tock and Blue counting things like 3 flowers. Then they went to count the bees in the felt frame. 5. Tickety had great numbers in her collection. 7, 25, and 1. Joe was excited to see his favorite number in Tickety's collection. Then Joe wondered what Blue's favorite number is. That's when Blue wanted to play Blue's Clues. But first Joe got rid of the popper by scooting it away. And so the game Blue's Clues has begun. The viewer spotted the first clue, which is a 0. After the first clue was found, Mr. Salt and Paprika needed help finding some of the number magnets. First they were missing the number 3. It was behind 3 bananas. Then they were missing the number 5. It was behind 5 cans of soup. Finally, they were missing the number 10. It was behind the picture of 10 robots. After counting all of the number magnets from 1 to 10, the viewer spotted the second clue, which is a 1. After the second clue was found, it's mail time. In the letter, our friends were counting to 10 with a man singing the numbers in the background. After saying goodbye, Blue scooted into the book of numbers. Joe and Tickety did too. There were so many numbers to see. There were even numbers 100, which is a huge number, and 1, which said hi to Joe. Then the number 3 enters the scene to tell us a story about how he climbed the jelly bean tree and 3 jelly beans fell. The number 8 entered the scene, climbed up the tree, and 8 jelly beans fell. We needed to figure out how many jelly beans were on the ground altogether. 3 plus 8 equals 11. Then the number 5 entered the scene to tell us his story about how he took 5 jelly beans from the 11. We needed to figure out how many jelly beans were left. 11 minus 5 equals 6. After figuring out the story equations, the viewer spotted the third clue, which is another 0. That's when Joe realized we had all 3 clues to figure out what Blue's favorite number is, and it was time to sit in the thinking chair. It was time to think. We were trying to figure out what Blue's favorite number is, and our clues were a 0, a 1, and another 0. Joe thought, what if we put the zeros after the 1? The viewer guessed correctly that Blue's favorite number is 100. At that point, Joe realized we just figured out Blue's clues. After the celebratory song, Blue pulled out the number 100 from Tickety's number bag and found some things to count to 100 too. She found 100 flowers, which is a lot. Even Mr. Salt was impressed. After a fun day with numbers, it was time to say so long, but sing just one more song. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like kids can learn a lot if they want to learn about numbers. Numbers are fun to learn. That's why I learned how to appreciate math. All in all, it's a good episode. So yeah, that's Blue Takes You to School. If you would like to play again, just go back to the beginning. And remember, you can do anything that you want to do. Bye!